Good day, everyone. Today we're going to solve paper 1-2, paper 1 variant 2, February, March 2019. This paper is done by students in India usually. So we're going to solve number 1 today. So as usual, you have to write your name and candidate number. So I'll always do this. Then we come to number 1. So remember, we'll talk more about the time needed today. So remember, we have a context in paper 1, which is a scenario that we have to read. So you have to spend maximum 3 to 5 minutes reading this and understanding it, of course, reading and understanding in order to answer the questions that follow. So we're talking here about Anna and James, who have formed a business partnership. So I know when I say a partnership, I'm talking about a business that sells no shares. I'm talking about 2 or more people who decided to come together and pull their money together and, of course, start up a business together. So they own an ice cream shop on the main street in a capital city. So it's an ice cream shop. The shop has 3 part-time employees, part-timers, and they sell high-quality ice cream to a niche market. So see, I have a lot of information here. So I have 2 people who started up a business, which is an ice cream shop on the main street. So they have 3 part-time employees. They are not full-timers. They don't work for 8 hours, for example. They come for a few hours and leave, and they sell high-quality ice cream. So high quality simply means there is a high price here, or I try to guess. So to a niche market, to a special market, specific market. And James gained feedback by asking customers to complete questionnaires. Customers do not like the long queues and poor customer service. So we have a problem here that the customers usually wait for a long time before they get their ice cream. Anna thinks these problems are caused by the shop always being busy. James has suggested moving to a larger shop in a different location in a capital city. So now I understand, talking about a partnership, ice cream shop, 3 employees are there, high quality ice cream, everything is okay. But customers usually, when they fill questionnaires, they complain about the long queues and the poor customer service. And this problem should be solved. James is suggesting that they move to a larger shop to avoid these things, to avoid the poor customer service. Okay, number 1, what is meant by niche market or define niche market? As usual, here we have a definition and it carries 2 marks. So the definition is a definition. We can write whatever we want here as long as it's right. So we know that the niche market is a specialized market. It's a subpart of a larger market. So we can say it's a highly specialized subpart of a larger market. This answer will give you 2 marks. Okay, so it's a highly specialized subpart of a larger market. This is a niche market. The opposite is what? It's mass market. Mass market is when you sell to a large number of people or your sales are high. Identify 2 advantages to a business of having a part-time employees. Remember this, having a part-timers are, as I said, are those who usually work for a few hours and they may work for a few days. They are not full-time employees. So here I have to explain 2 disadvantages of hiring these people, not advantages, 2 disadvantages. So we have many disadvantages. Also, this relies on my knowledge. For example, there is a training cost for these people because I need extra training cost, and maybe I need time to supervise them because they are part-timers, they are not full-timers. The bad thing also, or the disadvantage, is that they are more likely to leave the business. Right? So we have many disadvantages. Here I just list 2. Remember, it's identified, so there is no need to explain anything. We can say, for example, they can be less committed to the business, because they don't work for long hours and they don't feel they are a part of this business. That's why. Okay, this is one. And disadvantage two, we can say difficult to coordinate, for example, or I mean like difficult to coordinate or to communicate, because there is a lack of continuity. They don't come all the time, so we can say difficult to communicate. Okay, we have many things here to say. Don't say less motivated, don't say less efficient. This is not a disadvantage. Don't say less skilled, because you're talking here about things based on assumptions. Very good thing here, you have to know that. Don't assume anything. Don't pretend that you know, because simply if you say less motivated, the examiner would say, how did you know that they are less motivated? Maybe they are really motivated to work. But I want to explain something that has no confusion to the examiner. Okay, remember, you have to spend 2 to 3 minutes only on solving part A and B. Some students, they solve them in 1 minute, so you have extra time to other parts. Remember, maximum 2 to 3 minutes here in part A and B. Okay, in part C now, identify and explain 2 possible reasons why Anna and James formed a partnership. Here we should spend 4 to 5 minutes in answering this question. It's an easy one. It's a chapter 4. Identify and explain 2 possible reasons why Anna and James formed a business partnership, or as if I'm saying, give me an advantage. What are the advantages? Why they are going to form a partnership, let's say, for example. So we have many examples, of course. I know that in partnership you can access more capital than being a sole trader. I can say you can share responsibilities and share the cost. We have many things. You share skills. All these are reasons why I am, let's say, why Anna and James decide to go into a partnership, because there might be a reason, or there should be a reason. So we can say, for example, they share, let's say, all answers are right here. They share a workload, for example. Remember, they work in a place where they sell ice cream. So they need to share a workload, and they need to deal with different customers, especially customers who have complaints. And here, remember, I have to apply. So I say one reason why Anna and James form a business partnership, they share workload. And then I say, okay, explain, what do I mean by that? Or they share decision making, for example. So I can say Anna and James could share decision. I can say this, of course, decision making and deal with customer complaints. Okay, this might be an answer, why not? Reason 2, I can say they share risk, or they generate more ideas. Remember, we have many knowledge points here we can mention. Okay, so you can say more skills, let's say. So maybe more skills, or here I mean that each one is specialized in a certain area, for example. So we can say Anna and James could, for example, share managing their part-time employees, for example. This is one of the things they do together, of course. Remember, you can always go back and refresh your memory. Don't give an answer that is just a general answer. It's simple, it's easy. When you say they share skills, just go back. What are the skills they can share? Maybe someone would say skills in making the ice cream, maybe, who knows. So it's not that hard when you go back to the context and think about it. Okay, then remember this is 4 to 5 minutes only maximum. Don't spend more. Part D, of course, you have to spend more, 5 to 6 minutes on part D now. Identify and explain one advantage and one disadvantage that Anna and James business of asking customers to complete questionnaires. Here I'm asking, if I'm a business, I'm an ice cream business, and I'm asking customers to fill out the questionnaires every time they come, what are the advantages or what might be the disadvantages? Okay, so it's clear now when I talk about advantages, it's clear that I can generate more information from people. Remember, I can easily analyze them because they can give me an idea about my services or whatever, and they give me an idea how to solve them. So I have many advantages in mind. We can mention any one advantage. For example, let's say easy to analyze. Let's say if you design a questionnaire and it has open questions or closed questions, like you have questions that yes or no or whatever, it's easy to analyze. Once I get the results, I can count the yeses, I can count the no's, and I can tell. So that's why I'm saying easy to analyze. So here, remember, one knowledge, one application, one analysis. So I have to analyze and apply. So think about it. Easy to analyze what? For example, responses are, let's say, standardized. Okay, comma. So as responses are standardized, you can say Anna and James could analyze information about, let's say, poor customer service, and this will help, here I'm analyzing, this will help them to be able to do something to solve it. Right? So here I analyzed and I applied. So I can say easy to analyze. The examiner would ask you why you are saying filling a questionnaire it's easy to analyze. I say simply, if I get information from customers about the complaints or about the poor customer service, why they are saying poor customer service, if I analyze this information, it will be easy for me to do something about it, to solve it, maybe to create a solution. So this is an advantage of filling questionnaires. Think about it now. What might be a disadvantage? If you are going to an ice cream shop and they give you a questionnaire every time you buy, what would be the disadvantage? So think about it. Maybe the questionnaires are wrong, for example. They are not right. The responses or the phrases, let's say, of the questions are not properly made. This is a major problem. Sometimes businesses create questionnaires, but their wording is wrong. They are poorly worded. So that's why you say the questionnaire is not effective. Okay, maybe customers will lie. Who knows? Maybe customers may not return or fill the questionnaire. Maybe they, nag why every time they have to fill a questionnaire. So we have many things. Just write the answer that you think it's suitable, or you can write more in it. So I would say, because this is a major disadvantage of questionnaires, questions may be poorly worded. So I can say this, or difficult to phrase the questions properly. So in the explanation part, the same thing. I will explain, or I will say that what will happen to, if the questions are poorly worded. So we can say if the questions about the shop services are phrased or written poorly, for example, okay, written poorly, or let's say here the questions about the shop services, or let me be specific. See, I always say that I have to be specific. So about the maybe ice cream. You know why I changed? Because remember, I always understand that the examiner will focus on application. So that's why I give the examiner what he wants. So if the questions about the ice cream, for example, or, taste, whatever, create your answer, are written poorly. So now I'm giving the examiner the knowledge part, the application. I would say the business might take poor decisions or wrong decisions to, for example, correct the mistakes. Okay, this might be an answer, of course. So 5 to 6 minutes here, not more in the exam. This is part D. We come to part E. In part E, you can spend 10 minutes, not, of course, more than 10 minutes. You need the maximum of 10 minutes. So, as usual, do you think Anna and James should move to a larger shop? Justify your answer. So here, I am asking you, why do you think they should move to a larger shop? Why do you think they shouldn't move to a larger shop? And then give your opinion. Part E is always the same. So here, I have knowledge, application, analysis, and I have evaluation, of course, the justified decision as whether the business should move to a larger shop or no. So here we have many answers. Moving to a larger shop will help me to increase my sales maybe and help me to solve the problem. So here there is a good application which is ready. They are already suffering from large queues and customer complaints. So immediately someone would say, yes, in a larger shop, this problem might be solved. But someone would say, but wait, maybe a new location means more money spent. So, we have this debate here, and this is needed here because I need to give my opinion. So we have many answers. We can say moving. Remember, we can have many answers. So moving to a larger shop would increase their sales as more customers will be accessed. The problem of large queues, and here this is my application, will be solved, which can increase the business revenue. It's an answer that simply shows my knowledge that I understand that moving to a large shop will have more customers, and more customers means an increase in revenue. Why? Because there is a solution for a problem that they suffer already from, which is, of course, the large queues. Okay, however, I'm writing two ideas, the idea with, the idea, against. However, this might need or increase their costs as they may need to recruit more employees. to sell ice cream, of course. This will reduce their profit as recruitment costs increase. So this is the against thing. We can write more ideas. I can talk about that maybe they won't be known in an area where they locate a new area. Maybe they lose existing customers. Remember, it's an ice cream. So imagining the situation would help me a lot in understanding the idea and giving a good answer. Now, in my opinion, it's up to you. I would go with in my opinion, for example, I'm thinking about an ice cream shop now beside my house. If they move, they will lose me as a customer. So why don't I say this here? In my opinion, changing the business, let's say, location would affect Anna and James, as they could lose, let's say, some existing customers if they move far away. And this is because they operate, remember this, I'm illustrating. Remember, this is an ice cream business that has a niche market. So going back to the context to refresh your memory, that means I'm selling to specific people. So if I move to another place, I have to build a new customer base. So here I'm saying that they might lose customers if they move far away. Okay, I want to illustrate. The examiner is waiting, like, why you are saying this. I can simply say because they operate in a niche market where, for example, special products are sold, where let's say our customers are specific. See, I'm illustrating, I'm giving a reason now why I'm saying that these or Anna and James will lose customers. Remember, you should give a reason. This is a justified answer. If I don't give a justified answer, if my final decision is not clear, then the examiners won't give me marks. Won't give me marks for application here. So this question needs a double-sided answer. So the question does not allow for a one-sided answer. Remember, spend your time, read the context maybe again, or just refresh your memory by checking what might I use from the context. We have many application things. I'm talking about business partners, ice cream, niche market, high quality, questionnaires, long queues. All these words, like, imagine them, they will help you a lot in giving a correct answer in all the parts, especially part E, which, as I said, you need to spend maximum 10 minutes here. Okay, so that's all for this question. Thank you for listening. We'll do more papers, of course, and see you in another paper.